how are you doing? Or should I say, ho, you doing? How are you? I'm pretty miserable, so this is going to be very short. I don't know if it'll be sweet, but it'll be short. Our native topic for this evening, we're going to talk, now, this might blow your mind. It just might blow your mind. But do you know that native tribes in South America are still Native American? Still called, that continent is called South America, in which, if you are native, you are Native American from there. So topic, the Aztec had librarians. True story. There's many amazing topics about Aztecs, but I only have the energy and the vibe to talk about librarians this evening. Before Sweet Cortez in his glorium of horribleness came and plowed through the Aztec and Mexica Empire, they had librarians way before the Spanish came. The Mexicas had librarians. I guess in libraries, they had specific people that would document and keep documents about their history and their inventions. It was very elaborate. And maybe they were making documents, just buffing up their legal team for a post-war Cortez. I don't know. But they did drawings and had writings and drawings. And, Cortez came through and destroyed probably three-fourths, more than a half. Sorry, I am not good at fractions. More of a half of those historical documents. So the Spanish came and then they drew us Aztecs. And this was before the diversity crayon package. I guess I'm from the 80s, so in elementary school we did not have diversity crayons. You were either peach or brown. It was very hard for me. Yes, and I'm sure your kids draw you. They have drawings now and bring you drawings home. But the Spanish, the conquistadors went back to the king of Spain at the time. And they didn't have diversity crayons, but they did show all of us Aztecs with this nose. Just everybody had this nose. That you Google it, feel free, historically. There might not have, or they painted them brown with this nose, or just this nose. That was how they diversified. All the Mexicans had this nose. Isn't that nice of them? So their the Spanish brought the monks, and they, of course, were librarians as well, but they drew us with this nose. Yes, right. Thank you, right? So, forget that, we invented aqueducts, had made islands into cities. All you did was just show us with this nose, right? Diversity crayons. If you were from the 80s, it was a struggle. How many teachers out there now have the diversity crayons packed by Crayola? Does it help? I would think so. I would hope so. But I guess the Aztec were just already beefing up their legal jargon, ready. They're like, we're documenting all of this for our future legal battle. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard when you grew up in Hollywood or you're a kid of Hollywood. So, yes, Pocahontas. What diversity crayon is her? Disney Pocahontas. She is gorgeous. Yes. How many Native American women have you seen that look like Pocahontas? No, I'm not. I love that film. It's my favorite Disney princess. But how many Native American women have you seen that look like Pocahontas? But if Disney had drawn us like this, we might be really offended, true. So, yeah, thank you. Right. Product of the 80s and the 90s, right? Oh, yeah. That confused a lot of people, I think a lot of kids. Because Hollywood likes to say a lot of people are Native American that aren't. And it's very confusing because Hollywood will only cast, what brings in income or they say what people want to see. I think it's just selfish celebrities, honestly. But it confuses the rest of the people. It doesn't confuse Native American people. They're just racist. But it can confuse the rest of the public of what Native American people really look like and what they're like. But like I've said, each tribe is different. They all have different features depending on which tribe you're from. They're all different. All different. Now we're going to talk about some angst. And I don't know. I was not raised on a reservation. So I don't know the feeling of anger of when you see people respecting the land and the animals, right? What that feels like for them. I can tell you what it feels like for me, but I'm just going to talk about some tasty animals that we don't really get to enjoy anymore because of what we did to the Native Americans. And I had a elk. I made an elk stew in a crock pot. It was the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. Do you know that elk and buffalo are delicious? They're very delicious. How many of you have eaten elk or buffalo? Is it easy to get elk and buffalo? Not really. Not really. Why is that? You can thank George Custard. I bet his mom is just so proud of him right now. She was just like, oh, my little baby just ruined all the food for all the Native Americans out there. I'm just so proud of him. Oh. When you hurt Native people, you also hurt a lot of things. In that, when you hurt that whole population of people, you hurt their food source, the elk and the buffalo. So we don't get to enjoy elk and buffalo. You may, if you're a hunter, maybe, possibly. I am not an expert on this thing. What I am a little bit angry about, and I was at Yellowstone, and my mother-in-law chased an elk with her cell phone once, and I have to say that most national parks were once native and tribal lands. I know we can now enjoy them, but that doesn't make it less painful for Native people, especially when we see you chasing the food source that we so dearly, one elk or one buffalo would keep a family going for a whole winter. And here you are, chasing them with your cell phones or leaving your garbage, at the national parks. You're leaving your trash, you're pooping or leaving your dog poop, and you're disrespecting the land, you're disrespecting the wildlife. Do you know how painful that is for Native people? That they not only don't have that land anymore, they don't have that food source anymore. It's painful. So I cringe and get upset when I see, and I don't always enjoy national parks that much because it bothers me. It upsets me that it is, it was land that belonged to the Indians and people don't respect it. So if you want to do me a favor, and Native people a favor, when you are in national parks and, federal parks, any park, any wildlife, pick up your trash, pick up your dog, and don't chase the wildlife with your cell phones. because they were once a delicious food and kept families, native families, fed for a whole winter. And now we have native people that don't have enough food. So that is my spiel of the evening. Get your diversity crayons and behave yourself in national parks, and know that that land belonged to native people, and they shed their blood for it, and they died there. And that's why you don't get a tasty elk at the grocery store. I don't eat much meat, but it was delicious. I don't feel good. I'm in pain. I hope you have a wonderful day. And my beautiful Native American name is Dana. I am the day, the light, the sunshine in somebody's heart one day. And you are the sunshine in God's heart too. Have a wonderful day. You can call me whatever you want, but what I want you to know is remember that I loved you.